What's going on, guys? It's Unfairly back here with some more Marathon PvP content. Today, we're going to be getting into the usual combat insights for our first couple weeks of the second season across an assortment of different maps and game types. We're going to get into the usual stuff just off the rip. I just want to let you know the Marathon Masterclass Discord is almost at 600 members. We're getting active in there all the time. Come and join by. The link is in the bio and the description of the video. You can also interact with me on Twitter. My @ is Unfairly with 2 Ys. I'm always on there memeing and seeing what the broader marathon community is looking into and what they're buzzing about. So come on by, join, and we'll interact and have a good time. But let's get into it here, guys. So the first thing, we are actually doing a prestige hauler key in this. We spawned around Overflow, the south side of the map. We're looking through this POI. We haven't had any sort of combat yet, and so we're kind of looking to see what the heck is going on, what is going to happen here. So we're looking.
We're getting ulted. Recon ult. Recon ult.
Perfect comm. We're getting recon scanned. And so what are we going to do? Immediately, we're going to the high ground so we can get an instant scan, an instant snapshot of what the heck is going on around us. How are we going to respond here?
Got something.
So we're getting a little bit of footstep audio down low. We're going to be peeking back in the windows. Not exactly sure how they got in there.
Right under here.
But we're being overly cautious.
I just saw him. Greens.
And so now we get a tag and they call out green shield, so I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive and push in. Playing very carefully, not knowing if they could be ratting in the corner. Teammate goes down, I clear the room very quickly and then look down, instantly have the height advantage on that person to take him down. We're going to go finish and take care of him, make sure he doesn't get any tags or information out to his teammates. I'm going to look over at my teammate. I don't want to use my bubble on him yet, so I'm just going to use my smoke to give him that kind of time to go ahead and heal and get back in the fight. And so now we have all of them dead. We're going to quick check the spawny. But of course, in Marathon PvP, as you know, if better players hear that there is combat going on, they're going to come in and see what's going on. And you can see we get pushed from the rear. They probably came down from South Relay. Our teammate got up, he goes down instantly. We'll take a snipe. I'm going to soft reset, see what my teammate is doing. See, how does he feel? Is he retreating to a kind of longer range position, or is he just going up in height and holding where we're at right now? And we can see that's indeed what he's doing. And so I'm going to take suit, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to just give a quick check, end up taking down his body. So we'll confirm that kill. Now it's a fair 2v2. I'm going to jump up to the height to get, again, a better snapshot of what's happening. Our teammate gets a kill, and with that height, I'm able to instantly see the anomaly in the background, the unnatural movement, the glint of his sniper scope, and we're instantly able to line up that crosshair and put that man down. So here, we're in ranked on Marsh, Day Marsh. We see a team, as we've said so many times, the quarantine push. You can see we're right off the rip at the start of the game. We spawned at maintenance. We are going to move up here knowing there is a spawn up here somewhere. There's about 2 points, one really north and then one kind of back here. So we're going to know that at least one of them is going to be populated and we're going to check it. They actually are on the roof already, which is a really good, the roof of quarantine, I should specify. That's a really good place to immediately get off the rip. You can get up there very quickly, and again, you instantly get that height and that snapshot of what's going on around you. And so they do that, and they end up seeing us. We end up tagging them. We see that they have gold shields. They're really nothing to play around with. And so instead of taking our kind of usual approach of maybe taking snipes, getting a hit, and then we'll kind of rush in, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of play possum, and we'll let them push towards us, knowing that they heard the shots of us shooting at the AI back at field, and that they're already looking at us and may or may not have already spotted us. So with that being said, we're going to take the kind of passive move and allow them to push towards us or towards maintenance where they've heard the sounds. And this is, again, another example where you don't need the best loot. You can see I don't even have a secondary weapon. I don't even believe I have a backpack on. But just using your brain and playing on, again, human inhibitions, surprising them, scaring them, you can see that they all come over in a very tight group. I also want to say it's never a good idea to come or rotate anywhere in this type of tight formation. You really at least want to be a little bit spread. You know, someone maybe up here, someone down here, maybe someone on the right, or just not in literal grenade proximity to each other where you can all get splashed. Like, you should at least be far apart enough from each other where if a grenade lands in the center of your group, it's not going to blast all three of you. But you can see perfect we see all three. We know we're not taking a 3v1 fight straight up, especially when we just put one down. We have to reload. What do? We soft reset. We slightly walk away from the fight. We do a little loop-de-loop around this kind of harvester machine. And again, this is a very simple case of it, but we've talked about it so many times. Just reappearing from a different place from the last place you shot and aimed at them. They think that I'm over here on the corner, maybe ran into the building, but coming around this way, soft resetting, knowing, hey, I can make one of the big three decisions. I can take my ability, I can heal, I can evade, but I don't need to take any decisions. I'm going right back in, but I took that little soft reset. It kind of murks the I guess location that they last had in their mind, and so I'm going to reappear and do some more damage. Our teammate takes down one on top. We got the one at the rip, and then we ended up re-peeking and taking down this one. A full gold shield team with snipers, Miss Raya's, and they were taken down by someone with no backpack and just a SMG. So here we are starting off on perimeter ranked. This was a fight we actually just took right behind me in this same POI. There were some people hiding in that house with the big tunnel in it and all the claymores. We ended up finishing them, and then we hear fighting here. And so not only was one team over there we finished, we're another team, and then there's two more teams fighting here. There's 4 teams in this spawn point, literally off the rip. We're like 5-10 minutes into the game, not even. So we're gonna hear the commotion. We're gonna see that they're tatting. Again, what do we do first thing before even engaging? We're on height. We're getting our information. What's going on? How many teams is it? How many people is there? Downs? Are people panicking? Are they evading? Healing? What's going on? And so we get a one shot on one. They were probably weak from the fight before. We'll throw in a grenade to tick damage onto the down body and the person that was behind him. I call out that the person went on top. And what do we see? We recognize in the moment we had 1, 2. We saw 3 go up here. We called it out to our teammate. He was pushing in. So he's going to go up there and engage this kind of outlier, make sure no one's rotating or flanking us. But then when I see the 1, 2, and then 3 on top, we see number 4 here. So I recognize that this fight isn't all done. So we're going into a potential 3v3. And so I'm going to not rush in with my teammate. Again, calmed that there's someone on top, not where he was originally looking, so he can back out, get up there and engage him and take him down. And I'm going to stay back and continue providing this overwatch and suppressing fire so this person doesn't go in, join here, or has any ability to go up here and maybe double team my teammate. I'm just going to stay back and just keep my eyes in my crosshair and my bullets flying on what I can see, just to help my teammates in any single way. So we're getting good cracks. We're going to decide to kind of push in. We have an invisible void, but again, the battle pistol, the Miss Raya killer, the knife killer. You can take people down that surprise you with knives or extremely effective close range weapons like Miss Raya's or waster shotguns. The battle pistol is a menace. It's the kryptonite. And so there's more. We're going to soft reset here. Close the door. We're going to heal up. We know that we have all 3 of us, and that even if there's more than one team left, they're fragments of teams. They're one or 2 players per team. So we're going to take this last person down. Teammates are going to think that there's a little bit more. We're going to hear them. We're going to instantly react. Again, not getting into the loot or being distracted until we know that the fight is finished. So here, we're just messing around. This was, I think, back in the free week. I'm kind of ahead of my teammates. You can see that we all have like sponsored kits. But we hear sound, we're crouching, we're protecting our hitbox, we're getting information. We see that there's a body box. Like we've talked about so many times, it's a source of foot traffic. If you see a body box, there are people that are nearby. There are people that are looking to loot it. There's teammates that are looking to revive it. And so you always want to keep that extra level of awareness whenever you see those, because you can see it'll lead straight up to a full team on it. Here we're in ranked on Dire again. This may look a little bit familiar. We have been in this area before and we've fought in this terrible bunker. It is such a strong holding point, only having one entrance in, one entrance out, no windows. We can't shoot through it. And so this comes down to the classic stalemates where you need to see how can we get a pick? How can we get big damage or a knock so that we can go ahead and overwhelm the remaining 2. And that works both ways. If that happens to us, they should be the ones that, if we go down, they should come out and try to overwhelm us. But it's a very interesting cat and mouse game to see who kind of makes the first mistake. So you can see, knowing that they may have Miss Rayas or shotguns at close range, I'm playing it just like we had in a previous video, playing very decent distance, knowing that playing a distance where I know I cannot just get one pump. Another thing, bubble shields, they're a little bit OP, but when you group and team shoot them, they are so fragile and they will go down very, very fast. And a lot of people really, even still at this point in the game, they don't recognize how fragile these bubbles can be against a full trio spraying. So again, we're going to be trying to get some tags here. I end up sticking out into a little bit too long into a bad position. Here, they make a terrible mistake. As soon as I went down, all three of them should have aped and gorillaed and taken us out here, but they hesitate. My teammates do the right thing. They throw down a bubble, which allows me cover, allows me to self-revive. Doesn't mean that they have to come and revive me. Both of their guns in attention are still on threat. Meanwhile, I'm going to be protected and go ahead and heal. They're going to continue engaging. We get some AI that come up in the back that kind of throws a wrench and everything, even though they're not powerful. I'm going to scooch away, knowing that the teammate went down. I'm going to scooch away to a place where they can't immediately see me. Immediately, I'm going to throw down the smoke to give myself cover, just like I did in that other clip where I gave my teammate smoke to give him time to recover. Now look at where we are. I went down, I made that mistake, and now we essentially all were down at a single point. And so one of my teammates is full eliminated. Delta fell all the way down, so they would actually have to chase him, which is a super good point. Is that, you know, whenever you can, if you're down and your teammates are still fighting, make it a hassle. Make it as much of a hassle as you can for that enemy to fully finish you or find your body. Move away and do all the rat kind of stuff. But again, so I'm going to get back up in here. I know that how badly I've turned this situation into the other team's favor. And so, again, I'm going to play this so slow, knowing the kind of pressure and whatever numbers could still be up, and having both of my teammates down, I'm going to play this extremely slow. We're making sure all of our heroes are good. We're crouching, not making any audio footsteps, just peeking out of the smoke, just so he wouldn't be able to see. And we ended up taking down the last person. I kind of cut that off a little bit early, but we played super slow. Crouch in, just peek our hitbox just a little bit out so we're still invisible, but we can see what's going on. And we end up taking down all the rest of them that are down.
He's cheating.
So here again, we are on ranked dire.
He has a hardline.
This person is absolutely wrecking us with the hardline PR, and you can see in his name, I love the hardline. We think that he could be potentially on the sauce. So I'm a little panicky here. I'm not sure if they're going to immediately push us, knowing that they 1 downed our teammate and 2 put me to basically 1 HP. But we're gonna do the smart thing. If we run away and that person really is cheating, they're just gonna slam us. They're gonna shoot us from long range. So what are we gonna do? We're going to play somewhat like the other clip, where instead of really pushing them, we're going to allow them to come to us. But knowing that they're running with a potential aim hacker, knowing that they're running long-range weapons like snipers and hardline PRs, we're going to elect to make the smart decision and get into a close quarter space. We're going to cut out the advantage they have of using that very long, accurate range. We're going to force them to come close to us and set up a 50-50. They no longer have a 60-40 or a 70-30 advantage. They're coming into our literal faces, and it's a 50-50, and the fight can go either way. So you can see the cheater pushes Delta. Delta puts him down very quickly with a close range dervish, which absolutely melts. You can see I did the same thing to his teammates here. And they get overconfident, put in, they give up their long range advantage, get impatient, and they push into people who are less geared and have, I guess, quote unquote, less firepower. And they make the mistake, they get overconfident, come in with Miss Rayas, and we ended up putting them down just by almost forcing them and baiting their overaggression into giving up their advantage of the height, the long range weapons, potentially the aim hacker. And so, again, just using your brain, playing on human inhibitions. It doesn't matter what kind of loot is on the other side of you. You can always outplay it if you think hard enough about it in the moment. So again, I appreciate you guys. We'll have some more videos out relatively soon. Streams are going to continue here on YouTube. I so appreciate you guys so much, more than you already know. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Until next time, guys.